Yo, what's going on guys, it's your boy Kurt, coach of the Adelaide Absols, bringing you WWCL Week 1 versus I'm Mr. Flubberdub, coach of the Surrey Snorlaxes. This team was actually really scary to prep for. Giratina Origin was one mon that I had zero switch-ins to. I just did not have a switch into this. My best switch-in was Spadef Aegislash on a Draco Meteor and then Licky on the Shadow Balls. Other than that, I really had nothing to switch into this. Infernape was another problem since both of its offenses are so high it can go mixed versus me, meaning the defensive Buzzwole can't eat the Flare Blitz it needs to. Aegislash has to pick a defense and hope that he's that defense to eat it. Salazzle just ripped through this man's draft once he lost his Giratina, but I did pack Dragon Pulse to catch the Giratina at +2. Because that was a guaranteed Oko at +2 to kill the Giratina. Buzzwole was defensive Buzzwole, obviously, to take on Mamoswine, Cloyster, somewhat Infernape, and a lot of other mons on his draft. It was just to sit there, take a physical hit. Aegislash was a Spadef Pursuit Trap Aegislash, specifically built to defeat the Giratina at -2. When it was forced to switch out, I could Pursuit Trap it and get a big chunk of damage. Just a standard Mega Blastoise with Dark Pulse, Ice Beam, Hydro Pump, and Rapid Spin. I didn't think I would need Rapid Spin too much, but if Mamoswine brought rocks, I did need to spin. He has one of the best spin blockers in the game in Giratina. It was really annoying. Mega Blastoise's Dark Pulse barely 2-hit KO'd it, even when it's uninvested. So that was really annoying. I was Spadef Licky. I had a lot of Spadef on this team to beat Giratina. The Cloyster was another problem when I looked at team preview. That was a really big problem for me. If it's set up, I had nothing for it. Defensive Buzzwole barely took an Icicle Spear, and I had to hope that Drain Punch killed, and with base 180 defense, that was very unlikely. But without further ado, I'm going to get straight into the game here, and it was an interesting matchup, definitely. His team was actually extremely scary when I was playing against it. So he's just going to lead off with Mamoswine. That was his safest lead versus me. The only problem is that he was scared of this Blastoise, which Mega Blastoise does work to teams. So he's going to switch out here. I did predict him to go into maybe Celesteela as a Spadef Celesteela, but he goes straight into his Giratina Origin, as I just go straight for the Mega. I did click Hydro Pump just because if that Celesteela come in, I didn't want to be clicking Dark Pulse and not doing enough because of Stab. So getting a little bit of chip here is really nice. It's doing about 20-ish%, 12 to 20%, something around there, I don't actually know. He's going to go straight for the Draco Meteor. This is actually really scary because from memory, if this thing was offensive, it 2-hit KO'd me. Guaranteed, even with a special attack drop. So I just go for the Ice Beam here. I could have gone for Dark Pulse, but I was again making mid-ground in case Celesteela come in. So I'm forced out here on this Draco Meteor. I can't let Blastoise take too much damage. So I'm just going to go straight into my Aegislash. If he goes for Draco, I eat a Draco all day. So he just goes straight for the Draco Meteor. I'm going to eat this as I'm a majority Spadef Aegislash. Does about 17 damage. So Aegislash really doing what I needed it to do here. And now that it's in, if he goes to switch, I can Pursuit Trap it, which is 100% my play, Pursuit it. So I do manage to get the Pursuit Trap off, which is really nice. This Giratina was a big threat in this game. So getting rid of that with Pursuit is really nice. This crit didn't matter from what I was told. He was a Spadef Giratina, so it really didn't matter that I crit him there. But still an unfortunate crit, no matter what. He's going to go straight into Infernape here. I know that I can't beat Infernape, and if he's an attack Infernape, I'm definitely dead. So I'm just going to go straight for the King's Shield. I have no reason not to. Gives me a nice scout, means I can switch into Licky or Buzzwole depending on which I need. As he reveals Fire Blast, so I instantly assumed that he was a full special Infernape. So this scared the crap out of me. I didn't know what to do with this. So I just go straight into Licky. I had no switch into this. Licky was my best switch in because Blastoise took damage, and it's still taking about 25-ish%, maybe 40% almost. So that's doing a lot of damage. and honestly really scary. And if he goes for close combat here, I am very much dead. So I'm going to make a really risky play here. I'm going to switch Licky Licky and I'm going to go into my Salazzle. This is one of my win cons and I'm risking a lot of damage on this as he goes for the close combat. So he is revealing that he's mixed, and I don't know if he's more physical or special offense based, just because Salazzle has such poor defenses. So here he's forced out. There's no way he can outspeed me. He's not Scarf. So he goes straight into the Garbodor. This thing was really, I don't know, it wasn't as scary for me. I just went for the Sludge Wave because even if he went Celesteela, I would just fire off a Fire Blast. So Sludge Wave doing a nice 25% chunk. So I'm just going to go straight for the Fire Blast. And I do manage to knock out the Garbodor, which is really, really nice. Unfortunately, my Salazzle is taking a lot of chip damage in return for that. As he's going to go into Celesteela, so I assumed that he would have something to do with this, and he does reveal his Occa Berry. So that's really unfortunate. I just go straight for the Fire Blast. It's still doing a really nice chunk because offensive Celesteela instantly revealed offensive Celesteela from the Occa Berry and the damage that it took. As he goes for the Automatize, so this was scary. I didn't have a switch into this either. My best switch in was Aegislash on special, but if he had Fire Blast, then Aegislash couldn't really take much. And he does reveal the special attack boost, so this, I go into Aegislash just because I'm hoping that he doesn't have Fire Blast. That's basically what I'm praying on here, as he does reveal his Earthquake. Probably to deal with Salazzle better from full HP, as I take about 60 damage from that, so that's a really big chunk. Just gonna go straight for the Shadow Ball. I have no reason not to. He has no immunities to Shadow Ball, he has no switch into a Shadow Ball. He's lost his Garbodor and his Giratina, two obviously especially bulky Mons. So Aegislash has already picked up 2 kills here. And really put in the work versus this team. The only problem for me was this Infernape right here. I was scared so much of this Infernape the whole game. I had to play around this thing so much. I just go straight into my Licky Licky every time versus this thing. Even if he close combats, it doesn't matter. He misses his Fire Blast, but that does not matter. It really doesn't matter because I'm just going to sack Licky Licky here. Unfortunately, I don't have a switch into this and I couldn't risk a double Fire Blast on a predicted switch. I just couldn't risk it. So I'm going to sack Licky Licky here. And that means that it's 4-3, it's in my favor. Infernape's taking a lot of chip damage with Life Orb. I'm going to go straight into my Aegislash. And I just go for the King's Shield. I gotta try and get as much HP back on this thing so that I can take a Fire Blast late game and just kill it. That's my main goal here. He just goes for the Fire Blast again. So that was honestly really, really scary when this thing was firing off Fire Blasts everywhere. I'm gonna double here though, and I'm gonna go straight into my Kyurem Black. This was really risky if he went for the close combat, predicting the Blastoise. This was a really risky play. I had to do it though. I had no switch into this thing. Aegislash couldn't take a Fire Blast from its range. So Kyurem lives the Fire Blast, and I'm super bluffing Scarf right now. He goes straight into the Mamoswine, the Cloyster I mean, as I'm just going to go straight for I am Z-moved Kyurem, but I'm bluffing the Choice Scarf because I naturally outspeed Cloyster, and bringing it hard in versus an Infernape is obviously Scarfed, so I'm super bluffing Scarf here. He goes into Mamoswine. Mamoswine was really annoying as well. I had no switch-ins to the Infernape Mamoswine core this whole time, as he's going to reveal his Scarf Mamoswine. So that was really interesting to know. It meant that my defensive Buzzwole come in and just ate any hit from this because he was locked into Iron Head. He could not go into Infernape because I did way too much damage on him, and he died to a Life Orb. As he's just going to go for the Iron Head, and it doesn't do much because defensive, but he gets the flinch, and that was really, really annoying. The flinches were super annoying here, as he goes for an Iron Head, and he gets another flinch. So he's double flinched me. The only way he kills me here is if he flinches me out. I don't think he can though, the probability is really low. And he goes for the Iron Head again. Obviously can't go into Infernape. As he just gets another flinch, and I'm starting to get really annoyed at these flinches. Obviously they're not mattering in the long run, because I still have my Aegislash in the back to revenge to kill this thing. So I get off the Drain Punch and I do a nice 90-ish% to the Mamoswine. And I get all of my health back. So Buzzwole's back to full HP, so all of those flinch turns basically alluded to nothing. As he goes for the Iron Head again, and I'm flinched again, so I'm getting flinched a lot in this game. 4 flinches from this Mamoswine's Iron Heads, but I don't think those really mattered in the long run. I'm just going to go straight to my Aegislash though, because I resist it. I'm base 150 defenses until I go into my Blade form. So I take about 18 health here. 18 health there. Not much, because I just heal it all back off with leftovers. It was about 7-ish%. I'm just gonna go straight for the King's Shield, try and drop the special, try and drop the attack. If he went into Infernape there, that would have been a really good play on him. I would have been able to double protect though, so that would have been nice. The attack falls harshly on the Mamoswine, so I know I can eat anything from this. So he just goes for the Iron Head at -2 and gets a crit. Just straight up. He just crits me on the -2 Iron Head, which was actually really annoying. But I'm just gonna go straight for the Shadow Ball. I need to kill this thing. This thing needs to be off my screen. It's relatively annoying. The crit was annoying because I wouldn't have had to risk my Aegislash more. The crit put me lower than I really wanted to be. If this was a full special Infernape, I had to be as high as health as possible. Full special Infernape was doing around 130 to 150 damage in the damage rolls, so I had to be as high as I possibly could. As he reveals the Earthquake, so that was obviously to deal with Salazzle if Salazzle tried to switch in, and a few other mons. It's also to avoid the King's Shield, which was really nice. That was a really nice prep on his part. So I'm just going to go into Buzzwole because at this point Buzzwole is the most expendable. I kind of needed Blastoise as a backup in case the Aegislash went down. I needed Blastoise. I didn't know Blastoise would live one, but I decided I needed Blastoise. So I'm just going to go back into Aegislash here. And obviously I need to King's Shield here. I need to get as much HP back. I need about a minimum 130. So getting as much back as I can is really nice. He's going to go for the Fire Blast, and obviously I'm not going to take anything. So here he just goes for the Close Combat, obviously predicting me to go into Blastoise, so I'm just going to go straight for the Shadow Ball. I was making a really risky play here. If his Fire Blast connected and he got the right rolls, I would have been dead. But he was actually a physical Infernape, so that whole time I was playing around it like it was special, and I didn't really need to. So unfortunately Elliott takes the loss week 1, but GG to Elliott, and honestly I hope him the best in his future battles, and I hope to see you all here for week 2.